Bro, all I gotta say is I've been heartbroken since 10 in the morning today. Whenever it was that the news broke out about Kun Agüero leaving Manchester City in the summer, I was heartbroken, bro. And it's honestly hard to describe um, well, I'm obviously really sad, right? But
Mhm.
it's the amount of like sadness I have for a player leaving a team is astonishing to me because it's like I feel like I shouldn't be feeling this way, like it's
Mm.
like the it's just a game type thing. But damn, bro, I'm gonna miss Agüero. Thank you for fucking 10 years. I'm over here drinking
Ooh.
this Siempre Explorando Mexican style lager from our friends at Anaheim, Bottle Logic Brewing. This wig is for Agüero.
There you go. I'll take a swig too. Any excuse to take a swig.
What's up, bro? What are you drinking?
Yeah. So we already had an episode where I introduced this beer. I have a 6 pack, so I haven't finished it. Um, I'm gonna just say it's Drake's Denogonizer. I'm assuming that's what it's called. So for any of you that are not illiterate and can read that, let us know in the comments if you could
This is
write
like
out
our
a
third time trying to
pronunciation.
read that shit and we cannot figure it out.
For real. Somehow I fucking had a fucking A in like English and fucking all my years of college. I had an A, and I don't know how the fuck I can't pronounce this shit.
There
Anyway,
you go.
just goes to show you that college education ain't shit at the end of the day. If you're stupid, you're just stupid.
Some people graduate but and be still stupid.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, wise words from a Mr. West.
From Mr. West, Mr. Kanye West. I'm smoking on that Dosey Dos today.
Yes,
Not not
sir.
not the premium jack, but the Dosey Dos. Shout out to Stizzy hooking up your boy. It's a hybrid. Surprisingly not a sativa, but dang, this shit smacking.
How long? How many episodes do you think it's gonna take for fucking Stizzy to at least send us something?
Man, I don't know how long it's gonna take,
For
but I just hope it's soon. I just hope it's soon. When I was
real,
there,
I don't.
when I was there today, there was some cats in front of me, and they were over here like trying to be secretive about something about like something that Sizzy had, and they were just like their reactions of whoever they were on the phone with. I wanted to be like, "Yo, where the fuck you guys going? Invite me to this shit." 'Cause they were asking like the bartender, like, "Yo, you guys got this?" And I couldn't hear. I'm not an eavesdropper ass fool, so I really didn't pay much attention to it until they started reacting like I don't know. They just got signed by somebody. They were like, bro, fucking high fiving each other and shit.
Yeah, like they're acting all sus about it, kind of, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, the fuck's going on over here? But I mean, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I'm right here with this dosey dos having a good time.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, man, feeling good right now. Let me hear it. Look, Ngannou. What's going on, boy?
You, you,
Woo!
you. Gano, bro. Congratulations, bro. That's all. That's really the where to start. I feel like I won the fucking world heavyweight title as well.
After listening to the story, you can't help but be happy, unless you're a piece of shit, but you can't help but be happy for him actually making it to the gold and winning the gold, you know?
Goddamn, if that story doesn't inspire you, I don't know what will.
If that story doesn't inspire you, you're just a bum ass fool, and there's nothing we can do to help you.
That's crazy.
That's
We've mentioned it before. It's on the GRE. I recommend everyone to go check it out. Ngannou, man, congratulations. Although I will say I'm happy that Stipe lost in that manner. I have much respect to Stipe. I hope he doesn't hang up the gloves. Um, but congrats to Ngannou, man. That's crazy.
yeah, that shit's so like uplifting to see. Like I said, really, it really depends on like knowing his backstory, you know, and the fact we both watched it and heard his backstory. It's just like shit, man. Like you can only root for the guy at this point, you know.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, and the fact that Africa now has 3 champs in the fucking UFC. Africa's holding 3 golds, three
Yes,
pieces of
sir.
gold. You know, that's pretty dope, pretty awesome. So salute to Usman and Stylebender too for holding some gold in their respective weight classes. It is kind of sad to see Stipe go down like that, and I'm pretty happy that Ngannou was able to put on a hell of a show.
Mhm.
Um, but I guess I would have rather, for the sake of no one getting humiliated, and I'm using that very loosely, I would have rather gone to decision and Ngannou win.
Yeah,
But just again, Stipe being a badass and then seeing him go down like that only makes you think like, damn, like
yeah,
Ngannou's really improved this much. Like, what? Who knows what he can really do now? You
yeah. And
know?
he's always had that one punch knockout. I mean, it's fucking crazy, bro. Like that guy is a freak of nature. With all the respect in the world, you know.
His
Un-
I definitely. Oh, I actually that's where I was gonna want. That's what I wanted to remind you of. I don't know if you heard, but John Jones apparently wants to get out of the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? What the fuck?
He don't want to fight it Ngannou, bro.
That's
uh,
kind of what everyone's like trying to give him shit for, trying to be like, you don't want to fight him, huh? And he's trying to make the argument he wants more money, but it's kind of like he's already backing out as if he wasn't offered the money yet. And from so far, no one's reporting that they even offered him anything yet, you know?
yeah, I thought it was very random. I think it might have been like an attention grab, you know, just to make sure he's next in line for the world title shot. We'll see where this develops from here. But I mean, it's John Jones, bro. You know, uh, they might schedule a fight, but he might be ineligible the day before, you know, on that PEDs and shit.
True. True. Very true. Uh, that's definitely what I wanted to. Oh, excuse me. That's definitely what I wanted to kind of touch just real quick because it's he's been prepping for so long, you know, moving up the weight class, trying to do it as natural as possible so he can get accustomed to his body and be truly prepared for his first heavyweight bout. Um, and obviously, it's going to be or it's supposed to be against whoever won between Stipe and Ngannou. So it was um, supposed to be Jones versus Ngannou, and that will be Ngannou's first title defense.
Hmm.
Now, Jones had already tweeted out, I guess, as soon as Ngannou won and all that stuff that same night, he was already tweeting out, you know, the Twitter fingers were going wild. And he was already saying stuff like, show me the money, blah, blah, blah. And then today, I guess he made more tweets and then he started yesterday maybe he started saying stuff like, oh, you know, I'm just demanding the same amount of money. If this was McGregor demanding the amount of money, everyone would be saying, yeah, he's right. And then all of a sudden that I'm asking for it, it's wrong, and this is bullshit, blah blah blah. Everyone's trying to act like I'm scared, but it's so weird that he immediately got defensive for that because we all know what Jones is capable of, and we know he's just one of the elite that will ever step into the octagon. Whether you like him or not, you got to respect his fight game unless you take unless you take the performance enhancement drugs to heart, then you know he's probably just a piece of shit in your eyes, I guess. But the fact that he already jumped to being defensive like that and already wanting quote unquote out of the UFC really looks suspicious because it's kind of like nobody even said you weren't going to get the money yet. You know, like
Yeah.
Dana White even make you an offer yet? John Jones was talking so much. Why didn't he mention that Dana didn't give him a sustainable offer? You know,
Yeah, I thought it was definitely an odd timing, but I mean, I wouldn't want to give this any attention right now. Derek Lewis is ranked number two in the heavyweight division, and I already expressed that I would like to see Ngannou and Derek Lewis go at it again, so that way they can redeem both of them can redeem themselves from that first fight. So I mean, if John Jones is over here throwing a fit for no reason, I just say book Ngannou for, Lewis too, and get the fuck John Jones out of the picture.
I respect that. I think it's just because the money that's going to be attracted to Jones versus Ngannou is just so monumental that it's hard to
Yeah.
pass up on that. I feel like they're definitely going to try to make it happen. They're definitely gonna put a lot of arm work, a lot of leg work into making that fight happen. But I guess if it just seems too impossible to do, then they'll just have the Lewis and Ngannou fight
Hey,
to back it up.
if I was in the fight on Gano, the guy who has one punch power, I would want a lot of money too. So I can't blame John Jones either.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's not wrong at all. I just thought it was weird how he got really defensive right away, you know?
The timing was definitely though. There was nothing wrong about what he was saying. It's just the
No.
timing of it.
Exactly, exactly. Just the fact that it's only been less than 3 days and he's already gained defensive saying he wants out of the UFC, which makes it look really weird. But who knows, man? I definitely think he'd be worth the money. I definitely think that shit's gonna be fucking worth a lot of money. Um, yeah, I mean, like fucking. I think Connor and Khabib's fight was like the highest selling pay per view for UFC to date. As of now, it's the highest selling pay per view. So I wouldn't put it past Jones and Ngannou maybe being the runner up to it, or maybe even beating them. You know, you have two elite heavyweights going at it. So I don't know, but I don't know if you heard that they're officiating or they're gonna make it official. The Poirier versus McGregor 3,
Oh, for real?
July 10th, July 10th, day after my birthday.
Damn.
Damn lit.
I had not heard about that. That happened today.
Today they're saying they're gonna finalize it most likely. Like it's already like probably 90% done
Mhm.
supposedly. But I was saying to one of my coworkers, he was telling me today, I was we're texting about it a little bit, and then I was just telling him I don't think McGregor, as soon as Khabib announced his retirement, McGregor wanted when I don't know if you've seen his IG and his
I
story.
did
Yeah,
see it.
he's already talking shit. And then he's already saying that he's the next 155-pound champ and to book it. So now I'm wondering, okay, is he actually gonna make another title run? Or is he just talking shit? I don't think he has enough to make another title run, but I think he has like his final big fights. You know, like Poirier will be a big check fight. I know people are trying to push for him and Diaz to have number three because they're both 1-1 in their bouts against each other.
Mhm.
Um, I hope he has big fights like that. I don't think he has enough for another championship round, you know, to chase the gold. But if his UFC career ends now at 32, 33, I definitely hope that we can see him maybe put in a couple, 2 or 3 years in boxing because I just think he's very entertaining as a fighter to watch, and his name just brings in a lot of money in the world of combat sports. You know.
Yeah, and building upon that, I think I personally think he does have another title run in him, but like you said, his personality and just like the character he is, the enigma that he is. I not to disrespect the UFC title, but I feel like his persona and his name is almost level to that UFC title. You know what I mean? So whether he's fighting for that title or whether he's fighting someone else, I feel like it's still going to be a big money fight. So whether he has another title run or not, I think regardless we're going to be met with some pretty big fights, and I'm looking forward to them.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope these aren't his. I hope these aren't his ending fights. I hope he does have another championship run because I definitely want to see him. I know his his question is kind of his character is kind of questionable. You know, especially the shit he would say to Khabib and about what he believed in and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's kind of like you need to pump the brakes when you talk shit like that. You gotta be
Let's
pretty
talk
careful.
now. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you have to be careful with that type of talk. But I mean, other than that, I've always liked him. I've always truly been a fan. But like, yeah, ever since the whole Khabib thing, I'm kind of like, come on, bro. Like, you're making it hard to like you right now just because
Yeah, for sure.
you're a little out of pocket. You know, the shit you're doing and the shit you're saying. But yeah, his name's just too big to ignore when it comes to whether he has another big fight like he had with Floyd or if he just fucking has another go at the fucking run for the belt. You know.
Shit, another guy who I hope has another run for the belt. I think we might have touched upon this on Saturday. At UFC 260, Tyrone Woodley. Unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
he was in the L column again. But at 38 years old, man, I wonder if what else he has left. And he still looks good. He's definitely in shape. But at 38 years old, in the sport of MMA, that's definitely old. And he has like a family and a lot of things to consider. So I would be really sad to see him hang the gloves. But as far as him having another championship run, man, I hope it's possible.
I hope so too. I definitely. Well, I honestly don't think that he has another run at the welterweight belt. Yeah, like 38. I know some people think, oh, he looks really good, but it's kind of okay. Well, like he looks really good. And he's 30, and look how he fucking went out. You know, like
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's not a great fighter. I'm pretty sure he still is. It's just like either he needs to realize he's not that same fighter he probably once was. He needs to adapt to a different style, or it might be current call. You know, I hope it's not because he's not such another great fighter to watch. But yeah, I think just the biggest thing is like he's 38 and he's on a slump right now. You know, like how long is it gonna take before he can like truly get
yeah.
out of that slump and get his fucking winning streak going? You know.
I think this might be three straight losses. It's very unfortunate. I know he's fighting at a roof sport in Milwaukee, I think. So I mean, they got a good camp over there, man. So I hope they can all turn it around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So shout out Willie, man. Really do want to see him fucking make it back and like really be as dominant as he was before. You know. Definitely don't want to see him go out like that.
Shout out to the
Straight.
chosen one.
Shout out to the chosen one.
Damn. Um, another sports news, bro. I just want to touch back on that Manchester City thing.
Yeah.
I'm very very sad. For the people who know about Kun Agüero, 93-20 I would say is his most significant moment. Let me explain to the people who don't know what I'm talking about. Uh, so Kun Agüero was signed to Man City in 2011, and in his inaugural season, in the last game of the season, where Manchester City had, I believe, 89 points, and United had 86 points, 87. I don't know. I could get it wrong. Point is, Manchester City needed a dub, and um, it was a game was tied 2-2, and then in the 93rd minute with 20 seconds, in the final minutes of the game, Aguero comes up big and scores for City and wins them their first title, and that to me has been one of the most iconic moments in football. So I'm real sad to hear about it. I just hope he goes to Club America in Mexico.
Oh, yes,
That's
sir.
that's the only way I feel that I will not be sad about it anymore. but other than that, I'm absolutely heartbroken, man. It's crazy.
How old is he?
He's 32 years old, I believe. 32, which is not old.
That's it?
Yeah, he's not old, but in terms of football, he's old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's true because most of kind of entered the league by like 17, 18, or even 19, huh? They
Yep.
they can enter the league pretty young.
Yeah,
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
FIFA has even had to put like bans on signing kids that are underneath 18. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they can enter as young as 18.
Yeah, yeah. They can be signing shit because there's kids in like in certain countries that are willing to like leave school and shit to go play. So FIFA had to step in and do whatever they had to do.
Yeah, I mean, can't blame the kids, They ain't trying to fucking learn no
Yeah.
bullshit in school. Trying to take care of their family. Do something they love, which I always salute. Fuck that bootlicking shit, dog. If you can get your ticket out, fucking take that shit. Don't even look back.
You know what? I know someone else who got their ticket out. Little Nas.
Little Nas X,
Little Nas X.
Old Town Road, riding that. What does it say? Riding that horse, stallion, whatever the fuck he's doing.
I remember hearing Old Town Road for the first time, and it was part of a meme of some cat fucking dancing. That shit was dank as fuck. But I didn't know that it was eventually gonna turn into like this whole, uh, like Baby Shark esque fucking song and shit. That the entire nation knew.
I think the first time I heard it, I was just like, "What the fuck?" Like, I wouldn't say it was a meme. I definitely say it was just like one of those weird songs you kind of hear, just like, "What the fuck?" Like, this is industry plant music. Like, this
I
guy,
feel
who
you.
the fuck is this? The fuck is this? And then like he obviously he says the lyrics, "I'm gonna take my horse." What is it, to the Old Town Road and ride till I can't no more? And everyone's like,
Yeah.
"He rides horses?" And then we find out like, oh, he
He's
comes out the closet, and then he's just like, "Oh."
that's
Everyone's
what
like, "Oh, that's what he meant
he
when he said
wasn't
he's
talking
gonna
about
ride."
horses.
No, dog, I don't think so. All the Christians that are bumping that shit feeling some type of way right now. But
Hey, those Christians are definitely feeling it some type of way after the shoes he came out with. We saw those.
those Satan shoes.
Those Satan shoes, bro. Hey, they were pretty ugly, but the concept behind them, fire. I support.
You support fucking just this fucking anarchy in the fucking community.
I support the Satanism shoe.
um, yeah, I don't know if you saw that. Supposedly Nike's already suing. I guess the
Mhm.
designer for that shoe was called Mischief, or whoever the brand is,
Yeah,
who did it for Nas X, and I guess Nike's already suing. I'm assuming because obviously this is what I feel like. I feel like because the reception to it or the reaction to that
mm,
shoe was so bad,
yeah.
Nike has to save face and act like they're against it too. But I guarantee you anything, if it was praise and approval, I guarantee you anything Nike would try to take claim to it and try to act like, oh yeah, that was all us too. We definitely fucking had our hand to play in this shit. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say that even if it had gotten really good publicity, they would have still sued him because then there's money involved in that shit.
You don't think
Just
they would have seen as more money involved because they could make more by saying like that's them too who like helped design it, or
well, I don't know if you're familiar with Warren Lotus versus Nike. He had
oh yeah.
Yeah, and that shoe was met with like good reception. I would say, that a lot of people, including myself, were looking forward to that shoe, and like you had to step in and make sure that it was only them getting that money.
That's true. I guess so. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair though, that Warren Lotus shoe looked weirdly a little too accurate to a Nike SB. So it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to kind of counter back and say that's not a Nike.
But in this case with Little Nas, I do agree with you that Nike stepped in just because of how poorly it was met by most people. I would say.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, I'm so for it. I just saw his I didn't see the music video, but I did see a clip of it of him giving Satan a fucking lap dance and shit.
Oh, you saw it? I saw that shit too.
I thought that shit was wild. And then I saw that he like snaps his neck and shit and puts on the horns. I mean, like it all depends if you believe in it or not. I don't, so I'm all for it. Uh,
I just think
so,
it's a. I just
but
think it's like hypocritical. Like how are you gonna want to whether you believe in it. Look, at the end of the day, like we can believe in anything we want to believe, but at the end of the day, we never truly know what's going to happen. Like for all we know, like one of someone's right and someone's wrong in terms of like religions and stuff. Like Buddhists can have it right, and then Christians and Jews and Muslims could have it wrong, or vice versa. Or any of the other ones could have it right, and everyone else is wrong. But we won't ever know until we die, and we won't even be able to tell anyone until we die. Even if, and again, that's only if it's fucking true at the end of the day. So we never so none of us know what the
none of
fuck's
us
going
know.
on. I just think it's really hypocritical when fucking people try to act like, oh, that's fucking evil, that's bullshit. Because I've tried to look up Satanism, because apparently there's that Church of Satan. I don't know if you heard of them. They try
Yes,
to
sir.
talk about like Satanism is not what the media portrays it as, like devil
Mhm.
worshiping and
Yeah,
sacrificing goats and whatnot.
yeah,
So I'm
it's
like, oh,
not.
okay, then yeah. So then let me look into it. And what the fuck is it then? And I mean, I probably remembered it wrong. I honestly don't feel like searching it right now. But it's not to make it look bad. But I could have sworn it says something like they don't even believe in Satan or
Yeah, yeah,
Jesus or God.
yeah.
Like they just believe in being a good human. I just think it's really odd. Then if that is true, if I am right, then I just think that's really where you would call the Church of Satan. Then, like, why don't you just call it the Church of being a good Samaritan or something? Not that catchy.
I guess I see what you were saying there, but I think they were just trying to really like give the fucking Christians the middle finger
That's
by
what.
saying the
Yeah.
Church of Satan, you
Are
know.
you?
But yeah, from what I remember reading upon it, it's more of just like living your life at an individual level,
Uh-huh.
like living your life by your own rules, like fuck whatever the church got to say, which I can get down with that, you know. Um, earlier on Twitter, I saw some dude trying to argue with the Church of Satan and shit, saying like, "Hey, bro, like if you guys don't believe in God, then that means Satan isn't real either." And everyone was like, "No shit, bro, like we don't believe in Satan. Like it's just
Yeah, but
like
that's like that. That's that plot twist you didn't expect to see from
yeah,
them. You're like, oh, you don't believe in Satan then? It's like he thought he had something and then he did it.
hmm
But I guess the thing that I'm kind of like more curious so about is like I said, then if that's really the case, why call yourself the Church of Satan? Their answer's probably there on their website. I just probably don't remember.
there has to be some Satan motherfuckers out there that do believe in Satan though,
Oh, of course.
and do all this like the way it's portrayed in media and shit like that in movies.
Of course. I just don't think it's called Satanism. I think it's called like the occult or some shit. I don't know. It's like some other shit. Like I'm not trying to badmouth anyone in case they're sacrificing, but at the same time,
In
if
case there
if you're
are listeners,
exactly, like I'm not trying to badmouth any of you guys. It's just that like educate us and on it. Like we would love to interview somebody and like have them truly explain it. And by interview, we don't mean just like say your piece and say whatever the fuck you want. Like we genuinely want to understand it from back, from front to back. We don't want to just like make it sound like we're pushing something. But anyway, the point is, I just want to know why the fuck they call the Church of Satan then if you don't believe in Satan. That's kind of like seems like it's just like what the fuck. Then like change your name. That's maybe I'm just nitpicking, but that's just bothering me. Like don't call yourself that, dog. You're misleading us.
no,
What
yeah,
if somebody wants
definitely.
to like sacrifice goats and they go to you guys? You're like, oh, we don't do that. You're like,
We don't
well,
do
where
that
the
shit
fuck do I
here.
go? Yeah. What
You know who do sacrifices goats though? The Christians. I'm sure it's in the Bible where they sacrifice like lambs and shit.
Oh yeah, the Bible's funny, man. Like the Bible's funny. Sometimes at the end of the day, I don't know what to believe. The times I've read it, like I don't know what's real and what's not. I just think it's funny that like the biggest gripe I have, or not the biggest gripe, but one of the gripes I have with people like that, or people that claim they've read the Bible. Like I skipped all the way to the last book, which is called the Book of Revelations, and it's supposed to talk about like the end times and like how you'll know that it's the end of the world and whatnot.
The cool
So
shit.
that, yeah, the cool shit apparently. But the final act of the movie, but there's a part in it that says like you won't know. I mean, I'm probably butchering it now, but I know it's along the lines of you won't know that it's the end of the world until the Antichrist has risen, and they say that he will rise from Europe and he will be like this great political leader that all the nations will fall in love with and stuff like that. And then everyone's like, "Oh, it's fucking Obama," and I'm like, "Bitch, the fuck? He's not even from fucking Europe." And then people would try to argue. I've seen on YouTube already when I went down this rabbit hole. People try to argue like, "Oh, well, his lineage is from Europe." I'm like, "Well, if we're going that fucking stupid route, then fucking we could just say that was anybody, you know?" That was any
Yeah.
of these white presidents that have families from fucking European nations before and came down this way. So that theory is already debunked. But apparently the Bible already said like nobody's ever gonna know. Like that's the whole point. Like no human will truly understand it and be able to warn others. So that's what they say. So when all these people start coming out saying Obama's a fucking antichrist, Hillary Clinton is the antichrist,
Shit,
stuff
she
like that,
might
I'm
be.
like, but then she might be close to it. But yeah, like I don't know. It's just like all these people that call still Christians and claim they read the Bible and whatnot. It's like shut the fuck up. No, you don't. If you fucking did, even if you don't believe in it, if you did, you would know that that's not even the right information. But whatever. I don't know.
I've
It's all full of shit,
never
I guess.
I've never read the Bible cover to cover. Back when I was part of the cult myself, I would read a few scriptures here and there, and when I would go to like the little cult meetings and shit. Um, but I was only into it for like the cool shit. Like for example, going back to Little Nas, I think it's like Luke 10:18 or whatever that says, and I saw Satan fall from the sky like lightning or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I only find like those quotes intriguing. Um, but I mean, I don't need a fucking fat ass scripture to know that I shouldn't be an asshole to my fellow people. Like I don't need that shit.
Yeah. Like that's the thing too. Like I said, like whether people believe it or not, like if you actually read it, you will know what it says. Like if you're at least gonna quote it, at least know what you're gonna say from it. Which
Mhm.
sounds ironic to us because some of us are not like really reciting what we claim we heard right now correctly. but, but yeah, I just fucking hate like the fucking Trump supporters that claim Christians, but they hate everyone that isn't like fucking white. Like screaming at Asians and Mexicans and black people to go back to where they came from, and then acting like black people are beneath them and like they're not the same brethren and shit. Like, bro, isn't that what the Bible said? Like to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And I don't
Mhm.
know. I guess they missed all the important stuff. I guess they missed the part where it said "Don't be a dick," and they just jumped straight to the crucify and
Yeah,
sacrifice this. But whatever. I don't know. If you're gonna pick and choose, I guess that's just the world, though. You pick and choose what you want to listen to, what you want to believe in. So whatever.
I think the worst part is when like religion is brought into like legal cases
Oh yeah,
when people use like religion or God to as like a defense or a reason why certain things should be illegal or this should pass, this should not. I think
yeah,
that's honestly the worst case because someone's personal beliefs is having an effect on everyone else's.
yeah. I feel like that applies. I mean, yeah, when that shit plays in, especially for cases like abortion, like abortion's a touchy subject as it is.
Hmm.
Like there's a difference between a girl that's just fucking around and getting pregnant every weekend or getting pregnant way too often than just getting an abortion because she doesn't want to make whoever she's fucking put a condom on. Like I'm sure like we can have like I'm sure there's those type of women out there, and I'm sure there's other unfortunate situations where they get pregnant, they weren't trying to get pregnant, or they were raped and then they got impregnated by their fucking rapist. And situations like that, like, yeah, why should they be held responsible to hold on to a child that they have wanted no part in, or a child that was forced upon them like that? Like, they shouldn't be forced into that. Like, that's fucked up.
Hmm.
That's not fair for them at all. And then I know, like, when religion gets brought into abortion, like, oh, it's wrong to kill the baby because it's murder and what the fuck not. I just think it's fucking. I just feel like it's horseshit. Like, how are you gonna, logically speaking, how are you gonna let something that has to work on a thing called faith create laws? Like you're basing something that you don't
Yeah.
truly have. Again, whether I'm not dissing anything that's religious, like I have my own personal beliefs, but I would never put it onto somebody else, and I would never claim that what I know is the ultimate truth because now that's just ignorant. Like I said, at the end of the day, we don't know what the fuck is truly true. So how can I ever act like what I believe in is true? That's just like I just don't understand that when I see it come into the courtrooms. I just don't understand. But
Shit, I completely agree with you, man. I couldn't have said it better.
and that's coming from someone that does believe in it, but to an extent. Like I believe in it, but just to an extent. Like I don't think it's like, oh, we're the only people in the universe. I'm like, well, how do we know that God didn't create all these other worlds with people in them too? Like how do we know that? We may not know that. Like for all we know, we can only know what he or what anyone else wanted us to know at the moment.
Hey, one of the most smartest people I know once told me I don't believe in anything because in the middle of the word believe is the word lie.
Oh god, that sounds like something you could read on the cap of a Snapple bottle.
Hey, that just stuck
Okay.
with me that day, and I dropped all my shit. Uh, but
What was that quote that you were telling me on Instagram or that you told me that you liked? What was that quote?
I don't know who it was, but it went along the lines of the smartest people are the ones who are willing to have other people who are smarter than them around them.
How does that smart person know they have someone smarter around them?
Well, I mean, for example, like you can surround yourself with people who already have things that you want, or like people who have achieved things that you want to
Mm-hmm.
achieve.
Okay.
So you surround yourselves with them, or just people like someone who understands something that you want to master or learn. Just surrounding yourself with them, you know.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Do you think that ties into that saying, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you where you'll be in 5 years"? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, my mom has told me, show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are. Uh, so I mean, yeah, that's true to an extent. Um, your friends do play a huge influence on you. I think it's after the age of 12, you're mainly influenced by your friends and not your parents anymore.
By the age of 12?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's by the age of 12, where you're mainly influenced by your peers. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I mean that's definitely to an extent. But I also know a lot of brilliant and bright, successful people who hang out with like not so like successful people. So it's also to an extent.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've hung around bad people? Not in terms of like lawbreakers, but in terms of there's people that didn't really add any. Might sound fucked up, but didn't add any true value to your life. Like
Yeah,
they were kind of just there.
no, definitely. I do feel like
It's me. Oh my bad. Anyway, yeah.
it's not you, but yeah, I feel like I have surrounded myself with some people who I didn't gain anything from, and not that I surround myself with people just to gain something from them,
Hmm.
but there wasn't like any growth, so we were both we were all in the same situation, and I guess we all found it comforting knowing that we were all in the same sinking boat, so
That's true.
so
That's very true. Yeah, I mean, I don't have hatred I don't have hatred. I don't have resentment. I don't hold grudges. I
mhm.
haven't done shit like that since I was like 16. That was a while ago. Um, that's a really long time ago. I think just the older I've gotten, I kind of realized like it's so much easier to just have love and
Yeah, definitely.
peace in your heart. It takes a lot of energy to be angry because you have to constantly remind yourself why you're angry and why you can't stand this person. you know but that's besides the point. I have appreciation for friends and people that I know, even coworkers and acquaintances. Like I don't really hate anybody. I just hate what they do, and how they act, but I don't hate them as an individual because I don't know them truly. I only know them from where I met them.
Mhm.
But just from like certain people that I do know, it just sucks that like, especially when they're older than me, I kind of see them and I'm just thinking, bro, you can amount to so
Yeah,
much more. And the fact that you're just doing all this bum ass shit is just kind of sad. Everyone runs their own race, and I understand that. But I guess when you notice a pattern of, oh, this guy is still doing the same dumb shit, when is he gonna realize that he doesn't have that much time? And again, I know everyone runs their own race, but it's kind of like times that thing you're never gonna get back. So I feel like you gotta just be more cautious with when you how you spend it, you know. But I don't know. Like I know one that's like buying a lot of shit, spending a lot of money, and their mentality is that, oh, they could just make the minimum payments on credit cards and they'd be fine because it's like, oh, I only owe like $75 per month, like that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then they spend like $800 worth of shit. I'm just thinking, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you not understand how interest works? Do you not understand that you're not supposed to do that minimum payment? For
Yeah.
anyone that's listening and doesn't know, do not do the minimum payment. They are advertising like that for a fucking reason. I
Mm-hmm.
just bought my MacBook Pro today. That shit was $1,500. Daddy Biden money didn't even fully cover that shit. I'm telling you right now, I do not intend to spend only the minimum payment. I am trying to pay that shit off in two payments and that's it. Cause fuck all that, or at least three at the most, or three at the least. But cause fuck all that. The fuck do I look like making like $35 minimum payments per month? And then who knows how long that shit's gonna get paid off, how much interest I'm gonna pay extra on top of it, and it's gonna go from value from 1,500 to like let's say 1,800 for the sake of the numbers, and I just pay $300 extra in interest. Like you don't even do that. You definitely don't need to do that. Don't give the banks your money, people. Fuck the banks. Fuck corporate America. Fuck all that shit. As I say this on my Apple iPad and my Apple iPhone and my MacBook.
Hey, all my homies are financial responsible.
Yes, sir.
All the people who listen to the This Food podcast are financially responsible.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when we launched this merch store, I mean it's just a side note, but I didn't tell you yet, but I kind of had it in the back of my head. I definitely don't want to be like a store, not even a merch store. We do want to create this food podcast into its own unique brand with its own identity that's separate from the podcast. But the whole point is, I personally don't want to overprice shit like that. Yeah, there's profits to be made, which is cool, but I mean, come on, dude. If it costs $20 to manufacture a sweater, I'm not gonna charge it for $80. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like just an extra few bucks or $10 maybe, like that should be fine. Like I don't need to fucking hike up the price three times the amount. Because there's a fucking kid over there in Bangladesh that fucking had to sew this shit together for $1. Like that's already
Yeah.
fucked up as it is. But whatever.
Hey, right here at This Food, we know that you fools gotta eat too.
Exactly. Now we all gotta eat. If I eat, you eat. We all eat. Fuck that.
Yes, sir. With
So
that being
anyone,
said, I think we should
well,
wrap it up.
oh yes, thank you. That's exactly what I was gonna lead to. So really quick, you guys, thank you guys again for the episode. Definitely gonna try to pump out as much as we can. As of right now, the schedule is record Saturdays, record Mondays, post what we can, for you guys right away. Um, what we can also do is, I personally want to do this. I didn't even tell you yet. I'm bad at communication today, but um for anyone that has a small business or a brand or anything that they're doing themselves, and if you guys want us to like promote it, by all means, like you don't have to send us merch really if you don't you don't have to send us product if you don't want to, but if you just want us to help shoot you guys out and spread the word, by all means, let us know. Like,
Unless you're Stizzy. If you're Stizzy, you gotta send us some shit.
oh yeah, if you're Stizzy, if you're a fucking up and coming brewery, we would appreciate at least a 4 pack. At least two for me, two for Fernie. Like that's at least the minimum. but but no, like, yeah, anyone else, small business, small practices, whatever, I don't care. If you want that shout out, just let us know, man. Like I said, I eat, you eat, we all eat. We all should help each other. We should all take down corporate America together. Fuck all
Yes,
this bootlicking shit.
yes, sir, comrades. And then with that, I already got all my bullshit. I gotta say, follow us on IG at This Food Podcast. Fucking keep signing on here, listening to new episodes. Fucking Dave and I over here putting in that
Yes,
work,
sir. Yes, sir.
and we expect to see from you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. See your ass down the road.
3, 2, 1.